Hello world, and welcome to this episode of the Alphabet of Hair. Today's letter that we're looking at is the letter V, and V stands for volume. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at how to get volume in your hair, how to get fullness, how to get root lift. And to make the episode even bigger, I'm bringing in a special guest, my friend Earl Sims. Earl is one of the top leading hairdressers in the world, working with the likes of Sienna Miller, Nicole Kidman, Lily James, and him and I are going to put our heads together and give you as much information and knowledge as possible about how to get volume in your hair. So let's go meet Earl. So here we are, and I'm here with the lovely Earl Sims again. And today the letter is V for volume. V. No, hang on. V. I just want to make sure I don't do that. V for volume. And, don't be offended by that. V for victory. Earl and I, as you know, work within the fashion industry and with celebrities and models. And basically, one of our jobs, a lot of the time when we're blow drying it, is to get fullness, volume, root lift, all those kind of things in the hair. So what we're going to do, hopefully today, is show you exactly how Earl and I, with different techniques, achieve those looks. And we've got our trusty curling irons. This one is the Babyliss Pro, and
this one's the GHD.
So we're going to use these to show you different techniques of how to get volume in hair. Now, we've also got a very special guest today who'll be joining us shortly, and that is the amazing makeup artist Wendy Rowe, who's a very good friend of ours. And Wendy's going to be joining us partly because Wendy's hair is a little bit finer, and she tends to always struggle with getting fullness and volume. Yeah. And we know that because she's constantly asking us what to do. I'll be introducing Wendy shortly, but Earl and I are just going to very quickly talk about certain techniques, and then we'll show you how to do those on Wendy's hair. First off, Earl, I think, one of the things for me is always trying to get root lift, right? Whether it's, you can do that with a hairdryer and a round brush. Another, Earl, is one with the curling irons, isn't it? Now in America, I know they call this the root bump.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, we call it root lift.
Root lift.
Yeah. One of the problems that a lot of people have is when they always go, my hair's really flat, and it's because they don't lift the roots. And I don't know about you, but I always think, and I was always taught, that if you've got root lift, you've instantly got more volume.
Yeah.
If you don't lift the roots, you haven't got any volume, because this will always be flat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I was always told, and obviously Earl was too, because we're professionals. Now, there's a couple of other techniques as well. Once you've done the root lift, there's the wrapping hair around the iron. We're going to show you how to do that on Wendy's hair. We're going to make Wendy look more glamorous than she normally looks, because she looks glamorous anyway, because she's gorgeous. You might show me something I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to show me something I don't know.
There's always a new trick.
Always.
Right? And so, we're going to show you those techniques on Wendy, and hopefully you can take those away and either do them on yourself, do them on your friends, do them on your mum, your aunt, not your uncles, because hopefully your uncles might not want
root lift.
Well, you never know. Uncle might be a cross-dresser. Let's see. So let's get Wendy Rowe in. So, as if by magic, Wendy Rowe.
Hi,
Wendy. So Wendy's here with Earl and I, a really great friend of ours who we've been on holiday together, we've partied together, we've done many things.
We've done much work together.
We've done a lot of work together.
A lot of work.
Yeah. As I mentioned, the reason why we've brought Wendy in is because her hair is a little finer, and she is always trying to find little tricks and tips to get more volume in her hair. Wendy, let's just have a quick chat about what you struggle with hair-wise generally.
I struggle with a string fringe.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean by string fringe?
Yeah, when it breaks.
It's when it separates very finely, like a string.
Yeah.
It looks a bit greasy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've made it like that, but that happens kind of throughout the day, which is really annoying. Also, I'm always doing this because I'm going to lose a lot of creams and I'm working and stuff like that, and maybe it might get a little bit oily, but it does get oily really easily. And if you put like the wrong product in, it will be like Aunt Sally. I will just have the slickest hair and very flat, like chip pan hair. I just want a little bit more here. I don't like too curly, like I've actually done. It needs to look like it just got more.
You woke up like that.
Yeah, gorgeous, and just a bit fuller, just a bit fuller, just a little bit, you know.
Also, you used to bleach your hair, didn't you? Blonde.
Yeah, which was actually quite good.
Yeah,
for volume.
You made it more
Yeah.
swollen.
That was good. I mean, I like dry shampoo, and it's the French one I like.
Chlorine.
I love that, and I love the Sam's one, Sam at Night's one. Yeah, that really works for me because it's super light.
Okay, well, first off, what I'm going to do is very quickly going to prep Wendy's hair to save time, rather than you watching us prep it, which I'm just going to... So she's shampooed her hair, it's clean, but we're going to add a bit of styling product in. Normally, I would add a thickening cream or a thickening spray, I'll do sort of like generally.
Yeah.
And it's about concentrating on getting it at the roots.
Yeah.
So we'll put a bit of that in and prep it, and then we'll go into the different techniques. Here's a quick list of certain thickening sprays for Wendy and creams that we would recommend to use in your hair, depending on your hair type. These products coming up, I suggest to layer over the top of a detangling or primer spray. Products are Living Proof Full Root Lift, L'Oreal Techniart Pli, Davines Volue Hair Mist, Biolage Raw Texturizing Styling Spray, Biolage Gelée Styler, and Redkin Thickening Lotion. So blow dried most of Wendy's hair. What I'm going to do is just show you how I get the root lift with a larger round brush and the hairdryer. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. It's always making sure that the brush is in at the roots. As I mentioned earlier, you need to get root lift to get volume. So I'm just going through the hair with the hairdryer following the brush at the roots, so it's drying off the root area. And as soon as it's dry, then switch the dryer to cold and set the root lift in. And you can see there's root lift there on the hair. And then I'm going to continue this through my section of hair, again drying off the roots and then setting with the cold shot button with the hairdryer till it's cooled down. Earl's going to now continue on the other side with exactly the same technique. You can see Wendy's already got some automatic volume. Now we've created that Wendy's hair, I'm going to show you how you can also create volume with a curling iron. And with this you can actually get more volume than the hairdryer. Taking a section underneath, and what I normally do is put a little bit of hairspray in the hair. A heat protection hairspray is really good. A regular hairspray is fine too. And then get the temperature right on your irons. If you have a temperature control, turn it down a little bit if your hair's finer or if your hair's got colour in. And then basically take the curling iron. If you've got a spring loader like this one here, you can either put the hair around the whole barrel, or you can open the handle and put the hair around just the barrel part of the iron and not close the spring arm. But here I'm just wrapping it totally around. Also, as you can see, I'm lifting it up and away from the roots, but don't go too high. Keep it fairly close to the root area and just slightly lift it up and down. And then after about 5 seconds, take the iron out, and you can see there I've got the root lift or the root bump. Earl's going to now do a section on the other side with exactly the same technique, a little bit of hairspray. And then he's going in with the iron.
I mean, this is a bit like doing like black hair back in the day, honey, in a bump and curl.
What is that? But is that with a with a stove?
Yeah,
that's a stove. That's a stove.
So you did used to call it a bump then?
No, it's an American thing.
Yeah. So that's it with the root lift, or the root bump, as they say. And what we're going to do now is just brush that out a little bit. Shall I use your
Come on, guys.
Sure. There we go. This is all cooled down now, so I can do this side.
Wow.
It's feeling really glamorous.
There's some big old volume in there now.
More like Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, even more than from the blow dry. Another way to create volume and fullness in your hair is the use of clip-in extensions. Wendy likes to use clip-in extensions, and she's had a few made to measure her head. She wears them when she's doing filming, or if she's going to like an event and she just wants her hair to feel a little bit thicker and a bit more lush. So Earl is going to show you how to attach these clip-in extensions. If you can't have them made to measure, you can buy them with the clips already on, but just make sure that your placement of them is in the best place so that they get disguised within your own hair rather than looking like a random clip-in in the wrong place. The clip-in extensions that Earl is going to use are made of human hair, and they've been colour matched as close to Wendy's natural colour as possible. That's so that A, they can be styled easily, and B, they will blend in very naturally so that you barely know that they're there.
What I like to do is take it very low at the back. As you can see, take a section from ear to ear, like a horseshoe section. It's my first section. Get that completely out of the way. And then I like to just do a really fine mist on the root. Not a lot of hairspray, because it's not necessary. Just mist the root. Now guys, you don't have to go crazy on the back combing or teasing. Just a little tease. 2 strokes.
Just at the roots, isn't it?
Just at the root. Do it gently. 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, but you really got to just anchor it at the root. Put some tension on the actual hair while you're teasing the root. And then I sort of like to measure it as well, just to make sure I put it in correct. So there you are, ear to ear. So what I normally do is just, I mean it's different for everyone, I put the middle one in first, anchor it in, make sure it's close to the scalp as possible, and then snap. And it should be very close.
Yeah.
And then I'll go up to the left or the right, depending on
your mood.
Your mood, exactly. But it's important that you get it really close to that root where you teased, so it's nice and firm.
Yeah.
So you can see there, it's not. You don't want this or this to be baggy.
And how does that feel when?
Yeah, I feel like that's really secure. Like it's not going to fall out if I was doing a little dance routine or something like that.
Second row above, as you can see, it covers it perfectly. A little mist there. There you have it. And what I like to do, run my fingers through it to make sure it's really flat. Brush from the bottom, work way up toward the root. Also, I think, people like to touch people. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
They don't need to know you got hair extensions.
Sweetie.
None of their business.
Yeah. So already, then there's a bit of extra thickness, isn't there? Yeah.
I think it's a nice amount, not too much.
Now what we're going to do is put some volume through here. What we suggest is different size curling irons for different hair lengths. So generally the longer the hair is, the bigger the curling iron should be, and in terms of the circumference, and then when the hair's a bit shorter you can go with a slightly smaller one. Up on the screen right now will come up some of mine and Earl's recommendations of our favourite curling irons to use for this kind of technique. Earl and I are now going to show you 2 techniques that we like to use to create volume in Wendy's hair, which you can also do on yourself. Earl's preferred technique is the S-shaped wave. This is a little more set than the one I will show you. Wendy's hair is prone to dropping easily, so both techniques are designed to hold on even the straightest, finest hair. So with the curling iron behind the hair, Earl wraps the hair around the barrel away from the face, creating the first wave. Then he takes the iron out and places it in front of the hair just below the first wave, and waving the hair in the opposite direction. He then continues the same technique until he gets to the ends. With my technique, I take a section and again I wrap the hair around the barrel away from the face and continue right to the ends. With my technique, I suggest to not bunch the hair up, and keep it flat on the barrel. Leave in the hair for 4 to 5 seconds, then release the iron. This technique can also be done with a wand type curling iron. If the ends of the hair are very straight, then insert them onto the curling iron and kiss the ends by creating a slight beveled curve. Earl and I will now repeat these techniques throughout Wendy's hair. The only thing I will do different is direct the hair around the barrel in different directions on each section so that the wave will look more natural and less uniform when brushed out.
I like to sort of break it up starting at the bottom, you know, just to sort of shake it out. It's not really brushing it through too much. It's more about...
So you're using your fingers as a brush?
As opposed to a brush. Just break it up because it will do it by itself.
Yeah.
It's just to stop it from looking like Shirley Temple.
Yeah. So as I said, just using our fingers as a brush, or not a comb. You shouldn't comb your hair when it's dry. It's more inclined to make it pull and snag and break.
And I think, you know, 2 completely different techniques, but you get the same result.
The look's kind of very similar, yeah.
Watch out, Friday night, London town.
Wendy will be out.
Want to get a vodka down you that clean throat.
That's the last thing I wanted to...
So now we're gonna add
Coming back.
some of the Sam McKnight texture spray. Because Wendy loves a bit of texture spray.
Hands.
Wendy Rowe hands. Wendy Rowe hands.
Shielding.
And what I normally do is lift the hair up and get it into the roots a little bit in there. Because that's always where we want the volume.
I mean, I can't see myself, so
good,
I am very interested to see what I look like.
So, have a little look, Wendy.
Dun, 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 dun,
Big
dun,
reveal.
dun,
Big
dun, dun.
reveal.
Oh my god, I hope I like it. Otherwise, oh my god, this mirror's so small. Just see that an eye. Well, I mean, I think it looks good. I can't really see it. I mean, I can see just a face and then just bits of hair.
Get the big mirror.
This is going to fall.
Yeah.
But this will look major in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
But you can see, so the difference from Wendy's hair when we started. He's trying to do a little bit with the shade.
Yeah, I'm going to work that like Beyonce.
Yeah. Do the Beyonce bit with the blow.
Praise my love. Come on.
Come in. Remember, it's the camera, not the mirror.
I've lost. He wants to look at himself.
Right. So here's Wendy's finished hair. As she said, she knows in about 10 minutes it'll drop very slightly and it'll be the sort of perfect wave, which is what most people want. If you do it too loose, it tends to drop and then there's not much left.
And then I'll look like bedraggles.
Especially on finer hair like Wendy's, so it's always good to go in a little bit tighter.
Yeah, it's always best to give it that
little bit extra, right? So thanks for watching. Thanks to Earl. Thanks to Wendy. This Wendy Rowe. She's going to go and do makeup now and make herself look even more gorgeous.
Well, I've got a bit on. I'm just saying.
Video and want to see more, then you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is here, and you can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.